Hi everyone, hope you're all well and having a wonderful weekend. So I have been making some collaged pages, which I do have videos on, so I'll link them below. So what I have done is firstly I made this one. Now I've come to the realization today that I'm an idiot. You probably already knew that, but I have a challenge in one of my Facebook groups to make a master page for your pocket letters. And so I happily go along creating this and I really love it. I haven't quite finished it, but yeah, I was really happy with it. And then I realized, hang on a minute, when you cut your pocket letter, you stick it in like 9 ATCs. So therefore, wouldn't you want the writing and the pictures to be portrait, not landscape? So like I had done this for an hour or so last night. So I thought, that's all right, easy. I can make tags out of this and they'll be beautiful. So I got up this morning and I thought I'm going to whack a movie on Netflix after I'd done a few jobs, and then I'll whip up my master sheet. Well, I'm deeply engrossed in this horror film and I finished this beautiful piece. And what do you know? Done the exact same thing. So don't ask me how I managed that. All I can say is it's all the fault of the horror movie. It must have been really scary or something, because definitely wasn't taking much notice of what I was doing. So then I started again. So I have this. It is pink, which is not really my favourite of colours, but the whole idea in all of these was to use up my scraps. And you know, when we cut out botanical book pages, we always get upset and conflicted about which page do we cut, because there's beautiful pictures on both sides. So when I do cut a flower out, you know, on the other side there will be flat bits of flowers and leaves and that, and I can't bear to throw them away, so I stuck them in a little pot. And I thought I was being a bit anal doing that, but tell you what, they look really cool, these little junky bits, when they're inked around and stuck on a page like this, a collage page. So yes, I used all my green scraps up and then my purple scraps up, and I had some pink flowers left, so I thought I'd do a pink one. So now, in my other tutorials, I suppose you could call them, I have got to this stage. I've done the backing with some book paper, and with these ones I stuck them on some of my old study paper just to use that up and to make it a bit thicker. And I will, after I've cut the ATCs out, I will back the ATCs with some blank old book page, I reckon. So, or coffee dyed paper, but I've got a fair few blank book pages that I rip out of all the books that I trash, so I'll probably use those. So yes, so the idea is to finish this off. Now on my tutorials I used gelatos to colour around all the bits, whereas with this one I inked all the pieces when before I stuck them down. So yes, it's, as I said, it's little bits out of flower books. That's a bit of scrapbook paper. I've got a bit of a scanned doily, just all sorts of bits that I couldn't bear to chuck, even some cake patty pan thing there. So now what I want to do is I just grabbed a few more bits and pieces because I want to make it a bit more busy. I like this as it is, but I don't think it will be very good. There's just not enough on it for a master sheet, or is it master board or something like that anyway. So I do have some offcuts of wallpaper here, and there's some pink bits in that, so I might see what they're like. And I went through my stamp albums and grabbed a few stamps as well. I know some of them will look great on it, so I'll definitely put those on. I grabbed this napkin. I do have a bag somewhere that's just got little bits of napkin in it, because I can't part with them either, but I cannot find it, so I must go and clean up my craft room again afterwards. Seems to be a constant job, but I really like the colour on that, so some of that might go on as well. And then I had these for ages and I just haven't been using them. They don't sort of suit the type of journals that I'd make. So I thought, you know, I'd probably only use little bits on this anyway, so I might break some bits of that off and see how they go. So yes, I thought I'd just do that, and I thought I'd get on and give you a laugh by telling you what I'd done. so that you know that you're not the only one that has brain dead moments. I certainly have plenty of them. Alright, now I'm going to ink around the stamps, I reckon. And I'll use my fabric glue for the stamps. I've got these New Zealand stamps. They've got a bit of pink in them, but they might be a bit busy for what I want. But I did find these ones, which I think are great, and the good old Queen's heads. So I'll just quickly ink around some of these. We'll figure out where we want to put them. It's good just placing them randomly around the place. But as I said, it's nice to have a bit of interest on each of the cards that we end up cutting out. So yes, I think you make your master board and then cut it into your ATCs, and then you can put it in your card holder sheets as pocket letters and embellish them more. So this is basically just the background sheet. I've never made one before, so just winging it. I reckon that will be enough stamps. We don't want too many if we're going to put other stuff on. Alright, now let's space them out evenly a bit. So it's meant to rain today, but the rain hasn't come yet, but I think it rained overnight, so I was able to go out and pull a few of the weeds, trying to get out and do a little bit of gardening every day. I sorted all my cardboard too. Weirdest thing, sorting all this rubbish. Sorted all my cardboard into like piles of big stuff and piles of the littler bits for when I want to use it in my die cutting machine or for other things. I've been using a fair bit cutting out spools to store my ribbons and that on lately. Put that on there. It's been good to have a day home today. I'll probably take my son out for a walk. We've got this little mountain in the town that the orchids, they might have gone away already because they only start for a short amount of time, but I want to go and see if there are any orchids there. Still nice to go up and take some photos. We'll either go there or to our local wetlands, get a bit of exercise, take some photos. So I'll do that tomorrow and a bit of shopping. Oops, that one's upside down. Not that it matters. I'm pretty pedantic about these things. No, I'm on my third sheet to try and get it all up the right way, so I'm not sticking a stamp on upside down. But as I said, it's sort of good I made those mistakes because the other pages I did will be beautiful tags. So I just got to put a bit more on them as well. And then I will cut them out. Now, do we want it there? Yeah, I reckon there. Alright, now I might try some of this. Just like this pink, floral pinkish bits there. So I'll just rip. Well, no, I won't rip. It doesn't rip very well. And I'll just cut it. Shouldn't need more than this piece. It is such a great way of using up scraps though, of the book pages and the little pictures and stuff. Now, I don't want this to be too neat. So I'm just going to carefully tear a few pieces out. Could use my water brush, but I'm too lazy to reach over a foot and get it. Alright, now for this I would be better off using my stick glue. So, I'm just thinking, where's the big bearish spot? I do want to put some there. don't know if I'm getting all the edges, but once I've cut it, if I see little edges lifting up, then I'll just use my little glue and stick them down, so that's fine. That's quite nice actually. Put that bit down there. So I also did a bit of stenciling that you can probably see in the background of a rose and that. I'm covering most of it up, but that doesn't matter. Still adds that bit of colour and interest. Oh, I'm going to grab all the different glues on the table. Need to stick that down afterwards. Now, do need a bit there. So much fun doing this too. I think it's my favourite thing. A lot of people say that, collaging, especially with my scraps. I'm meant to be doing all this other stuff, but it'll get done. I do like this bit up there. Alright, it's looking a bit busier, so I might try some of this. I want to see how it looks on anyway, so it's sort of so pretty. I just haven't known what to use it for, but it's just sitting there doing nothing, so what I might do is just try and cut this. Try and put this back in the pack before it all unravels. Done well. We'll see how sticky it is. It's a bit sticky. Should be alright. Again, if I see it lifting at all, I can re-stick it. It's pretty cool actually. I prefer it broken than I do as a long big strip. Alright, might as well use this lot up. Yeah, see, it's quite pretty patterns. It'd be interesting to stencil some of this too. Now, just gonna, sometimes you've got to sort of sit back a bit and have a good look to see where you need something. It's a bit big for up there. Go there, alright. And put a bit there. Might as well use it up. I want some down in this corner. It's so busy for me now, I can't see where I want to put anything. I'm not used to sticking so much on. I better get used to it though. This bit can just go there. Doesn't matter if it's overlapping another piece. Alright. It's a bit glossy, but not too bad. See how it turns out. Now I'll get the bigger bits of my wallpaper and I'll just give them a rip and see. Might be a bit much, but I don't want any edges of it. Don't know where I'd put it. There, few spots. Might be right there. Give it an ink and see. Yes, I've got too many projects on the go at the moment. So I've got this for a challenge, and then I've got a swap where we've got to make a, I think it's a pocket in a pocket or something like that. Which I've got what I need ready for it. I've just got to get it done. And then we've got our next signature for a group swap that we have to do in the next, I think I've got 3 days for that one. So I better get a mosey on with it. Put that there. And then it'll be time for the next design team project. Sorry, I was off camera then, just ripping this bit out. I'll make a whole heap of these in the future and drag out the gesso and the paints and that. This one would be quite nice gessoed over. Everything would just blend in a bit better, I reckon. I could do that, but what I'll probably do is cut it anyway, and I can always gesso over the individual cards if I decide, and do some with and some without or something. Although then it's probably not in keeping as a pocket letter. I will figure it out, but for now I'm just going to finish doing this and cut it because I want to see what it's going to look like. Quite impatient when it comes to that sort of thing. Just tearing up some smaller bits now to put around the place. I'm just looking for any little bits that don't really have much, where I can fit just the little bits. Knocking my glue over, I think that's the second time now. Now, I've got that bit. Wanting to use this up for a while, some of these bits. Oh, there's some nice big bits. Probably only need one of these bits to finish off. You appreciate the fact that you keep all this little stuff, you know, when you see what you can do with it. I think you feel better too, knowing that it's not going to, not as much as going into the trash. So I'll ink these 3 bits up and then we'll see if we can fit them on. So I wonder how many of you's got sucked into the Kaisercraft 50% off sale over the weekend. I think I would have bought some if I had a bit more money, although I didn't. Yeah, I grabbed some stuff the other day from them and there wasn't that much that I wanted, but the price was so good. If I had more money, I probably would have got a big glue bomb here. Would have bought myself some more stuff. I'm probably clearing out for all the Christmas gear, I reckon. That down there can do with some. Now I'll just wipe the top off of this. It's a bit mucky. Let's have a look. I reckon it's hard to see. Bits are probably a bit big to put where it looks like we need some. So just break that one down a bit. this one down. Oh, I know what I forgot to bring over, my corner punch. I can grab it after when I need it. Look in there. And all right, that will do, I reckon. So we'll chop it up and see how the individual cards are going to look. I did the page, it's a little big, so I didn't realise that I'm going to have to chop 1/2 inch off either side, so I'm going to lose some of my pretties, but oh well, that happens. I can hang on to them and collage something else with them. So yes, I've just ruled. Yeah, don't read that. It's some debate I did for my criminology studies. But yes, we will just chop. Right. So these are, I just measured it out for 9 ATCs, and they are 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches each. See, so these are the offcuts, and they're quite pretty, so I can use them on something else, even down the bottom of the side of the page or something. So just put them to the side. My cutting's pretty crooked, so I was going to drag the guillotine over, but it takes up half the table, so, and I can't cut straight with it for some reason. It's a bit like glue, these cutters. You need to find the one that suits you the best, that works well. Oh, something a bit hard to cut. Now, that looks all right. I'll have to have a think about what I want to decorate them with. Get rid of all my pink stuff since it's not my favourite. All right. So, I might as well go through and show you. So these are my ATCs, or my pocket letter, and there'll be 9 of them, and I will decorate them more. Like I can stick whatever embellishments on them, so they're the background. Be easier. I like that one. Got a decent amount of flower and a stamp on that one, so that's beautiful. That one. Oh, that's right. And then, of course, which I won't do on camera because you've seen enough of that. To make them pop, I will be inking. I'll ink one. I was going to say, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me ink the whole lot. So I'll ink one. I was thinking of corner rounding, but the corner rounder will have trouble getting through something like that. So I'll ponder that. They don't need to be corner rounded. But yes, they do need to be inked. That looks better. It does make a difference. So yeah, now I can stick on a word or some ribbon, a bushy flower or something. So I'll have to see what I've got, and of course I will show you the finished product when I do embellish them. Have fun and take care, everyone. See you later.